So this is Monday the 20th. It's explanation video. So we're gonna start with a Tabata, of course, and we're gonna start with air squats. So an air squat, we're gonna have feet outside of hip width. You might wanna scoot back just a little bit more. Feet outside hip width. He's going to initiate with his hips going all the way past parallel and then driving up through the heels back to full hip extension. Notice that his chest stays upright the entire time. Very good. Now we've got push-ups. We're going to start in that plank position. So a strict push-up, Levi's shoulders and hips are going to go down and come up at the same time together. Everything nice and tight. Now to scale, you have two options. You can go to your knees and do a knee push-up. This allows you to focus more on your core, keeping that core nice and tight. Or you can snake up where you drop your hips, shoulders, and then come back up with first shoulders, then hips. That allows more of working your shoulders. Next we have sit-ups. So in that butterfly position, starting with shoulders all the way back against the ground and then all the way up and past that hip crease. And then we've got burpees. So basically falling, feet out at the same time and then hopping back in, out overhead. To scale this, you'll bring one hand and foot down at different times. And then stepping back and still back out overhead. Very good. All right, so for the WOD today, it is a, I think
E for mom.
E for mom for 20 minutes. And every 4 minutes, the core WOD, you guys are gonna do 10 sit-ups, 10 hang power cleans, and 10 strict press. For the one-day WODers, you are going to do 20 sit-ups, 20 power cleans, and 20 shoulder to overhead. So you want to get all of those things done within the 4 minutes, and then you can rest until the next 4 minute mark. So it's basically 5 rounds of 4 minutes each. So once you finish your reps, you're done until the end of the 4 minutes, and then you'll start again. So we've already gone over sit-ups. So now we're going to do hang power cleans hang clean pulls with the band.
So starting out with the band, for the folks that are doing the core WOD, we are going to do just clean pulls for the hang cleans. So if you've got the band, again, we're just focusing on get a little bit of tension on that band, pull it high, swapping sides. Pull high. Keep the elbow high and above the wrist at all times. You'll alternate between each movement. So you'll have 10 of those. Continuing with the core WOD for your strict press, if you have a band, you can still strict press with the band. So with one foot in the band, press out overhead and down. Slow and controlled. Make sure everything is tight and locked out. You don't want this thing pulling you all over the place. For folks who are going to do the one-day WOD, if you have a band, that's what you'll be doing as well. For the shoulder to overhead, you'll be doing strict presses with the band. Don't try to do jerks or anything like that with a band. It doesn't make sense. So for the hang power cleans, this is again for the core WOD folks who are doing the hang power cleans. If you've got a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you're starting from that hang position. So my hamstrings are loaded, my back is still nice and flat. Starting from about knee position, and I'm gonna pull and bring that dumbbell up to my shoulder. Swapping hands, coming from the other side, pull, and resting it on the shoulder. Okay, so we're using our hips to launch that dumbbell up and just turning it over and resting it on our shoulder at the top. For kettlebells, work the same way. Same exact starting position. Just be careful to catch that kettlebell softly on your shoulder as it comes up. That's for the core folks. For the one-day folks, you have power clean. So this is going to come all the way from the floor. So with the kettlebell, Same concept, we're just coming from the floor, squatting down a little lower. Again, I want my shoulder lined up with the kettlebell, if not a little bit in front, pulling it straight up and catching it on the shoulder. Hands. The more momentum I can get through that hip drive, the easier it is for me to just catch that kettlebell at the top. Do the same thing with the dumbbell. Again, pulling from the floor, catching it here. And then finally, for you one-day waters, the strict press, or sorry, the shoulder to overhead. Starting from that shoulder position, you've got 3 options. Strict press. You can jerk it, just adds a little bit of hip drive. So we've been at the knees. I'm sorry, this is a push press. Drive it out overhead, or you can jerk it with that extra dip at the end. Just make sure you stand all the way up and you lock out elbow, shoulder at the top.
Oh man, y'all, it's a rainy Sunday today. It is not a Monday. All right, have fun with this one. Let us know if you have any questions or if you need any scaling options. Contact me or any of your coaches, and we'd love to help you.
Remember on these EMOMs too, if you push hard, you get more rest.
I'm all about the rest.